Boom to the moon and back. What's up? Welcome to STARGEEKZ. I don't know. I'm just saying shit. I've never had a tagline in the last 10, 11 years we've been doing this. When have I ever had a tagline?
You
all over the place.
You start some, but now this was a new pose too. You got new poses going. You gotta be careful. Watch out.
I know. I got
some crazy shit.
I might just start dapping. It might be easier. Get away from certain shit. What's going on, man? Welcome to STARGEEKZ. What's going on? Where we talk about all Star Wars mess that we can find that surfaces the internet. But we are going to do a season 1 recap on the road to season 2 of Andor, which we'll be reviewing episode 1, 2, and 3. This is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
This is Ed, and
we would be honored if you would join us.
Please, somebody, anybody.
I posted this late, so it is what it is. But man, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody's couple last days been going? Because we do talk on Saturday.
We have to keep sending. We have to set reminders about what we're doing. I'm glad I was working from home today. Because Lil was like, are we doing all 3 episodes of Andor? And I was like, motherfucker, my memory is so bad.
Yeah. Steve, the only reason I remember that at the last minute is because you texted, and I even forgot it was Wednesday, and I did not watch them either until just now. Like, I finished them as we
I watched them again, but you know what else? You know what I was reminded of? How fucking awesome Andor is just earlier today. So
I agree. I was like, because it's been a while. It's been a while. Like, I knew the concept, and then I'm watching it, and I'm like, hey, you know what, man, this is really good. And like,
all right, well, save it to the 30-minute mark, or we might be earlier than that, because honestly, I don't know how much news is out there.
Is there anything?
Very little.
Wait, I want to say something. I like that shirt, man.
That's my Princess Leia. This is Jenny's got the Harrison Ford that matches it, and so mine says "I love you" and hers says "I know."
Oh shit! When'd you get that?
So we got him a while back.
He's worn it.
It's big. It's big though now.
Yeah, big it is. That's how long ago we got it. Look how
fucking shrunken. I know. Like, I gotta. Dude, I'm wearing large size now. It's crazy. Like, everything, nothing fits me. Nothing.
That's not a bad problem to have.
I know. Everybody at work is calling me the incredible shrinking man. Like, they're like, every 2 weeks you come in here, it looks smaller. I'm like, I'm not trying to. Like, this is just what's happening.
Yeah, you don't get that skinny, bro. You gotta start packing.
I know. Well, I gotta stop, and I've been lifting and stuff over the last couple weeks. So
have you? Look at you. You gotta get a personal trainer.
I'm trying to get my shoulders back.
Yeah, you're like Ed. You look at Ed. Like
I can't. I'm not
get one of those ladies power ladies, and you'll get your shoulders. Don't you have a suit with shoulder pads? Don't you? You do have a suit with shoulder.
No, it wasn't shoulder pads. It's just how it was cut, jerk. I don't have shoulder pads.
No, he got a suit with shoulder pads. Yo, you ain't shit.
I might need to wear like ladies suit pants though. That's for sure. Like Michael Scott did.
Like Michael Scott with no pockets.
Exactly. So my ass. So I actually had an ass because I don't have an ass. So yeah, because like I'm a 32 waist. So
shit. Good for you. Good for you. Anybody got anything like Star Wars related? Anybody pick up anything this week?
No.
Nope.
No Star Wars pickups. I got a lot of other freaking pickups.
I'm getting rid of shit. That's how crazy it is.
I thought I was, and then I bought a whole bunch of shit. Like,
Ed's got his sweet ass Imperial shirt, which is Star Wars inspired.
Yes.
From the superhero draft over on the Geek Show.
Did you get a STARGEEKZ shirt yet?
Not yet, because I didn't see them when I was ordering these, but don't worry. I'll get one. I'll be in uniform soon.
It feels good.
There are STARGEEKZ shirts available in our TeePublic store. I might have to take some stuff down because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't need a little giving me the straight face, but
I'm looking away.
There are STARGEEKZ t-shirts out there. I will have to edit that up a little bit, but
Now, if would you allow will I be able to put designs in there, StarGeekz?
If you'd like to put some Star Wars stuff in there, I would appreciate it.
I have some ideas, but like, it's your store, so I'm not trying to. But hell yeah.
It's all of our stores. You can do whatever you want, bro. Except for the people who can't. Except for the people who can't draw. See how I looked over?
You went the wrong way. You needed to look this way.
I just come up with some concepts, and you guys have taken those concepts and ran.
Wait, no, because I'm looking this way from my screen. So
yeah, that's me. You're
but now you're looking at a low when you do it that way.
Really?
It's opposite.
Because I'm looking at a low from this way. That's why I'm like,
it's opposite.
Yeah,
so if I want to smack Ed, I can't use the hand that's closest. Like that would be this hand. To me, I'd have to go like this, which is weird because it's the wrong.
I gotta go the other way.
Yeah. See.
Well, all right. Well, listen. Let's get the show started. Ed, what you got in the news, my friend? But we gotta play your tag, my friend. Hold up. Let me get that little media going for you. I don't even know where it is sometimes. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it either. Is that Ed's news? Is it?
It's funny. Like we didn't record StarGeekz last week, did we? Or we did. I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't.
You jumped in late.
It feels like we're rusty all of a sudden. I don't know why. It just feels rusty.
It does because I just got home from work. I'm not even usually I'm prepared. I just got home literally 20 minutes ago.
I know we saw you shoveling food in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't like working. I don't like working in the office. What's up, Flex? Flex with the new logo, man. Logo looking all nice, Flex.
Yeah, I like that.
TIE
Fighter, the X-wing.
So,
all right, Ed, go ahead, man.
News.
I'm close, but I have good news.
Oh, look at you.
That was a little creepy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it is Emperor Palpatine, so as we get closer to Celebration Japan, they are adding more and more names to the list of those. You can go and I don't know what they charge these days for autographs, but wait in line and get some signatures. So these are the two latest. Right now, the list, at least the main list that I'm aware of, you have Hayden Christensen and obviously Vanessa Marshall, Oscar Isaac, Rosario Dawson, Ahmad Best, John Knoll, Diego Luna, Ashley Eckstein, Doug Chang, Sam Witwer, Alan Tudyk, Manny, I can never get that right. Chiancento? Is that how it's pronounced?
I don't know. Who is that?
He was the bad guy from The Acolyte.
Oh, okay. Oh, the guy from
Jason Mendoza from The Good Place.
Yeah, Good Place. Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen, Daniel Logan, Anthony Daniels, and Tamora Morrison.
That's the lineup, basically. Man, Hayden Christensen's 43 years old. He is this is the time. Do your Darth Vader movie right now. He is the age Darth Vader was. Do the damn movie. Do all the adventures of Darth Vader that we didn't get to see before. Show us why he was the most badass in the galaxy.
It does make sense.
They tried some of that with Obi-Wan, right?
But that was more the Obi-Wan show, and about him going to work and shit. I want the Darth Vader show.
What you think at Star Wars Celebration we'll get? Somebody said shoulder. We must have started the show. Do you think we'll get some trailers and stuff like that from the new upcoming Star Wars stuff? I'm assuming we'll definitely get so. Right? But let me ask you a question.
When is this happening?
When is D23 and when is San Diego Comic-Con? I just realized that.
July.
Well, San Diego Comic-Con is July. I don't know when D23 is.
When's Star Wars Celebration?
April, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'll probably get.
D23 is August 29th through 31st. So July for Comic-Con, August for D23.
Okay.
April for Star Wars Celebration, because I remember that because remember when we went to Star Wars Celebration, we were there during my anniversary, which was in April.
Let me ask you a question. We're all going to the next one that's going to be in the States. I'm assuming it's going to be in the States, the next one, right? We're all going.
Orlando. Orlando.
I would assume it's either
it would be a lot easier for me to go somewhere in the United States than to Japan. Yes.
No, you're closer to Japan than we are.
That's
I guess that's true. I guess that's true. But technically, right.
But are we all say we're on board for it? Because it's what?
I so want to do it. Yes. Yes.
It'd be 27.
And don't be telling me you want to do it, and then you be like, I can't do it. Like,
no. Times are changing, my friend. I'm going to have 2 kids off in college. Things are going to be a lot different. And I got to figure out.
Waiting for this moment. Ed has been waiting for this moment.
I feel like I want to do Star Wars Celebration with Ed because me and Lil Steve, we got the experience, but we didn't experience the experience. I think we ran through it.
It was the second time we hung out. We were more excited to be like hanging out.
We were excited.
Yeah, we were playing slap ass.
Yeah, we definitely were.
We drove to Indiana to go look for toys. We were not excited about.
But you know what though? I do have pictures. I do have pictures of us being at Celebration, and I'll always cherish.
Yeah. Pull those up and see me in those pictures.
God,
it was crazy.
Where's my?
I still got my badge from Chicago.
You still got yours? Yo, I don't even know mine.
I got mine with the lanyard. I got my T-shirt. I got my coffee cup. I got all my shit still.
What?
Nice,
bro. I don't just like get shit. Like every action figure and shit I got from there, still got it. When I sold all my action figures and shit, not the ones I got in Chicago, those ones are sentimental.
Oh, like I don't have a lot though.
So the only thing is
wait, I gotta show.
Well, no, I'm gonna say with Celebration, you guys might have to like bring me off my ledge because the way that I roll with things, like a month before, I'm gonna have an itinerary. I'm going to have a breakdown of what the plate takes place and when we have to be where for what, when.
We just decide random shit. We we'll just be like driving around. Like, where should we go now?
And I would so want to, and I don't know because obviously if it's in Orlando, I'm flying, but I got to find a way to get gear there because I would love to do a show from the convention or from the Celebration.
I can't, for some reason, I can't.
I got a picture.
That'd be awesome.
I try to pull it.
Yes.
Like you just set up anywhere, just broadcasting live.
This is a picture with
set up right in the lobby.
Where we
are you going to see how much different all of us look? Oh yeah. A little looks very different. A little looks
Hey Steve, you know what's funny? You got my hoodie on.
I didn't have any, Sean, because I didn't have any fucking Star Wars shit.
Yep.
So you let me wear your hoodie. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a picture. So I'll find more. But my family took a bunch of pictures. My kids all dressed up.
Yeah, I got a bunch of pictures. But it won't let me view anything. I don't know why. Weird.
That would be so much fun.
I saw the picture of me and Sean looking distraught on your porch.
Oh yeah,
after Star Wars Celebration.
my kids with the Leia there, and look how small they were. Like they're a bunch of gangly teenagers now.
They was gonna knife us.
Ray, yeah,
the little one on the left. That's the one you gotta watch out for.
This one right here. Yeah.
She's got the blue lightsaber, but that's a.
Oh, you got a bunch of pictures. Will.
That's a joke.
I do, but this is what the kids took. This is what Jenny took with the kids. Like not a lot with us.
Yeah, that's not
here's you.
Look at the difference. I didn't even have all my fucking tattoos yet or nothing. Like, holy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Beard, like
Sean, you had no white in your beard.
Yo, I had a tooth infection. Like I was struggling.
Oh, is that where you got me from the airport right there?
Yeah, right there. This is where we went in the basement.
Oh man, good times.
Good times, man. Good times.
Yes, I so want to do that.
This is you guys seeing in the snow in April.
We were like, "What the fuck?"
Fucking Chicago got like fucking 8 inches of snow and shit. We're like, wait, I got on sneakers and a light ass coat.
It's too funny.
Good times, man. Good times, though. Good times. Well, hope you know at this time, Ed. I hope you're with us this time, man. We all get to go.
Oh, hell yes.
You know,
look forward to it.
Okay, all right. I'll
Yeah,
pull you back.
Well, you know, one of the things that I was with Vanessa Marshall, as I pulled that image of Hera, because she did the voice for Hera in Rebels, you can kind of see a resemblance. Like they tried to model, I'm assuming they might have, the actual character to her. And it made me really wish that they would have cast her as Hera in Ahsoka. Because it would have been the voice that we're familiar with. She already kind of has the look. I don't know how she is screen acting wise,
right?
But Ewan McGregor's wife, I felt was just kind of meh.
I thought she did a good job.
She was fine,
but bad, but it wasn't believable.
Her character didn't really
do much,
a lot that you would need to cast a big name actress for the role.
Well, I don't think she's big name. I think she just got the role because of her husband.
What was that movie we watched?
No,
didn't have memory. She was gonna die and shit.
Yes, I think she's a big name. That's maybe I'm crazy, but
what was that action movie we saw with her, Sean? With the where she was like she had like 2 days to live and she just started fucking going after her. It was a Kate or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was or some shit like that. I can't remember what it was.
That movie was awesome.
It was
Woody
good.
Harrelson.
Yeah.
I mean, she was also in Scott Pilgrim and
Mary Elizabeth. Like, come on, yo, Mary Elizabeth Weinstein. Like, she's done a lot of shit. Winston. She's done a lot of shit. Oh, Kate. It was Kate. Definitely was Kate. She was in Final Destination 3, Cloverfield, Gemini Man.
She was in the Thing, the late prequel to the Thing, which was good. That was a good movie too.
It was a good movie. Live Free, Die Hard.
Ooh, she was in Black Christmas.
Was that a bad movie?
Yeah, it was not great, but
I don't want to hear it was fine. That movie was a 0. That movie was shit. Get it out of here.
Not the original though. The original
was good.
With Margot Kidder.
She smoked a pack a day when she was 16, Sean.
Anyway. Go ahead, Ed. I'm sorry.
Well, if you guys want a really cool piece of memorabilia and you got your checkbooks ready, there is an auction coming up at the end of March, and they will be auctioning off the actual medal worn by Luke Skywalker from A New Hope.
Seems like something.
What's that?
What's the auction house is doing it?
I have it on there, my little slide thing. Is preventing me from seeing what it is. It's the Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction in LA.
Oh, prop store.
So
it'll definitely be special to have the screen accurate, screen worn thing. I'm just saying, from looking at it, it doesn't seem like something that difficult to reproduce.
No,
for your collection. You know.
Yeah, I don't think it would be, but to have the one that's from the screen.
Sure, of course.
And they're estimating it's going to go for anywhere between 250 and 500,000 is the projected. The other highlight item for that is going to be the actual screen used bowcaster that Peter Mayhew had throughout all 3 films. So,
yeah, this was a lot of the stuff that's featured lots. Gremlins, Star Wars, Empire Strikes.
Book of the Dead. You're passing up the Book of the Dead.
Yeah, I was going to say it. 1981 Book of the Dead. I mean, look at that Spider-Man.
Look at that. Oh, that's from Spider-Man 3.
That is. No, Spider-Man 2002 was that? Yeah. No, it's part 1, right? That's
it was like a prototype helmet. I thought maybe like when Harry was building his suit out, maybe he had that.
You saw it in the background. Yeah.
Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, Sorcerer's Stone, Ghostbusters 2, Slimer. Lighting effects. Oh, here it is. Bowcaster. Yep.
So
pretty nice though. Oh shit! Look at that. Is that 2 also?
I do not know. I didn't see that one.
It's a lot of shit.
So yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, still cool. Good stuff.
We'll have to definitely pull. We'll have to pull from that list and see what they got going on. It's definitely interesting to see.
Save your pennies.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Keep all that shit. It's too expensive.
I was gonna say that's not happening.
Let's see. In preparation for May the 4th, the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures in Los Angeles is doing a whole May the 4th celebration with screening and music, and it's a whole big thing. So if you are a Star Wars fan in the LA area or aren't too far from it, there's, at least right now, they're slated to do a lot of cool stuff there. So I like how these places are starting to get more on board with May the 4th. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some announcements and there'll be some things local. We know down in the little neck of the woods, there's always something. So
yeah, I'm gonna miss it this year because I graduate on May the 4th. So
oh, nice! Congratulations!
I'll be in Tallahassee.
Look at
graduating on Star Wars Day.
Maybe I should wear some Star Wars stuff. I might take some graduation photos.
At very least, wear like Star Wars socks.
Oh, of course. I mean, I always wear.
Yeah. Well, he might wear Spider-Man socks. Not on this guy.
It's true. It's true. I would probably rock the Spider-Man first, but I'll put some of the Star Wars on.
So
for May the 4th.
Couple of things that I came across collectible wise. I don't know if this falls in anyone's wheelhouse, but the
I think Sean has been collecting these things.
You're on with these?
All right. Yeah.
Well, the Series 26 is going to drop on February 26th.
Look at that.
So,
it says what's included on it, or no? They didn't say.
They only gave a brief description, and they didn't go into much detail, at least in the article I was looking at. So,
okay. I
don't know what they're including. I would assume it's these 5 that you see, but I don't know how many usually come in those series.
I have those ships though. I do have the Ghost version of that ship.
Well, I think those are old. They're just showing what was already released. I don't think they're showing the new ones.
That's why I got rid of. That's why I got rid of the big Ghost, because I had the little Ghost. It looks actually pretty accurate, so we kind of rode with that one.
Well, as we get closer, we'll have to keep an eye on and see if they tell us what they're going to be.
What series is that, Ed? What did it say? Series what?
26.
Series 26. Because they usually they'll have pictures of it. Maybe.
While I don't do these, I love this character because I thought he was very cool in the show or in the video game. But there's your Diamond Select. It's the PVC 1/8 scale. And, I don't know what PVC statues normally go for, but $80 doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, 1/8 scale. Yeah.
They usually go for about 50. The diamond PVC ones, 50 to 60, $59.99 retail. I mean, 80 is you'll probably be able to find it cheaper.
You might over time, if you wait at GameStop, you'll probably be able to get it for a little bit cheaper.
Yeah,
they had a couple over the years, like the Mara Jade they had. I think they ended up going for I don't know if it was Mara Jade, may have been. I think it ended up going for like $20 over time because nobody bought it. And then there's sometimes I think the other Darth Revan is available now. If you find it, you may be able to get it for like $40. So it all depends. Like you just got to wait it out at GameStop.
Yeah, that's the Gamerverse one too, right? The Darth Revan one at GameStop that has the Gamerverse logos on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's all you got, Ed?
That's all I've got. I don't know if you came across anything else in your.
I don't think I've seen anything.
Yeah,
it's been a light week.
Yeah, nothing new that's coming out that I know of. Nothing from Regal Robot. Nothing from any other.
No.
I mean, right now it's probably not that time anyway. So it's
no.
What is there to get?
We might see some things that they'll preview before Celebration, but I think that's probably the next big moment in time where they'll show us anything.
I think the big expensive stuff, maybe Sideshow might release some of their new stuff in the coming month or weeks, but nothing that I know of that's coming out that's oh shit, caught my eye. I'm not buying anything anyway, but I am on pause. Pause.
I need to be
collecting hiatus.
Yeah, I had to cancel some of my pre-orders, my Star Wars pre-orders, man. I'm like, you know what? I'm okay. So shocking, right? Hello, shocking. Now this did come out. I don't know if we've seen pictures of this real quick because we still got 5 minutes for our 30-minute mark. But this came out. The Iron Studios. There are better pictures of it. The Iron Studios Chewbacca ATST.
Is it the 110?
No.
Oh, it's big.
That's
Holy God,
big.
28 inches. 20. I was gonna say 20 inches.
I think it's huge.
You know what, though?
I love all the
I
little
bet you-
Ewoks. You got that one.
I bet you. I was
got
gonna
the
say. I
hat.
bet you it is 1/10. I bet you it is 1/10 because
The Ewoks.
look how small Chewbacca is on it, right? Like,
Yeah.
just like they do those giant Sentinel pieces with the
That's
X-Men,
awesome.
but everything else is.
Like that little Ewok is murdering that stormtrooper. Like he's in the midst of killing that man.
I do not like the way that looks, but it's
He's
so
gonna eat 'em.
small.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, it's not. You know what's weird though? It looks nice, but then I'm looking at it compared to the one that I have, and it doesn't look accurate enough to where it's like I don't know if this is like accurate studio scale. It could be, but it doesn't look like it because the one I have, the head is a bit bigger. This one looks a little bit smaller. The detail looks great though, but I could be wrong. Like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they got better scans.
I was gonna say maybe it's just the photos.
Yeah. I mean, it looks nice. I mean, but the price tag is what going for what $850. I don't trust Iron Studios to that point to pay $850. Like, I'm sorry. I know where they're going with this though, because again, they're doing this because there's some.
Maybe it's big. You know what? It's definitely not 1/10. It's smaller than. It's a smaller scale than that because if you look at 20 inches to that giant vehicle, it's got to be a lot. I bet you that Chewbacca's like this on it.
It's because I can look at it compared to mine, and I mean it's different. Like I think because a lot of the custom companies that were doing like ships and stuff, that licensing thing, I think that was the reason why a lot of companies are kind of stepping up their game a little bit and trying to put some studio scale stuff out because that market was kind of untapped. Let's be honest, really untapped for like studio scale like vehicles. Only the last company to do it was like EFX, and if then the custom companies was doing it, and then they were banging them out, to a point where caught the eye of certain people with the license, and that didn't go well. Did not go well for cats.
You can't do it.
Nah, can't do it, man. If they catch you, man, they gonna catch you, and you better cease and desist. So I think that's why the licensing companies who have the license are starting to produce. I think EFX is actually producing I think a TIE fighter and a Star Destroyer, I think, or something of that case, something of that matter that they have released. So definitely in the future we'll see more studio scale stuff. The price tag I'm very curious of, especially with EFX. Because I still have a Snowspeeder on pre-order signed by Joe Johnston that I gotta order, and that thing is small, and I paid it was like $600. I'm like, $700. So, but that puts us at the 30-minute mark. So now we can get into the topic of our show, which is Andor Season 1, a recap and a road to Season 2. We are going to review episode 1, 2, and 3. Ed, I know you got the screenshots, right, my friend?
I only pulled a few of them because this is old. We saw it, but I have some other things because you know how I am. I have to go deep on a few things that are kind of that we can clarify.
Ed taking it deep.
Well, I'm glad that we're redoing this because we reviewed this on the Geekz like episode by episode. We talked about it over there, but I haven't gone back and rewatched it since the first season ended, and so getting back in there, you forget some of the stuff. I was like, oh yeah, this show does start off in a strip club in Star Wars. It's a wild show.
Yes,
and I forgot. Honestly, I thought we reviewed it on STARGEEKZ, and I just realized that we didn't.
STARGEEKZ didn't exist when Andor.
I know. I didn't realize. Yeah. So
I mean, a strip club / burlesque house, right? Because she was trying to bring him some women. So
she was,
yeah.
But I do. I mean, Ed, if you need to, because I can always pull.
Oh yeah, no. So one of the things is just to kind of put the timeline of things together because there's when this first came out, there was some confusion as far as how things took place and the age and where things kind of fall. So as a comparison, I kind of put some of the main characters and to give an idea of where their age falls. So Snoke.
What's up, Snoke?
What's up?
So Andor being the focus here, the year that he's born is, they currently say it's 33 BBY. So BBY is the Battle of Yavin. So he was born 33 years prior to that.
Okay.
You've got Anakin, who is 41 BBY. So you've got an 8-year difference between the two of them. Luke is 19 and Han Solo. So basically Han Solo and Cassian Andor are almost the same age, just to kind of give you a frame of reference.
Now? Right in this in Andor?
Well, if you think about it, Cassian Andor is 1 year older than Han Solo. So whatever age Cassian Andor is, you can think of Han Solo as 1 year younger at that point in time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right before the original trilogy starts. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Because
we're right at the, actually not even right. Yeah, I mean Andor is how many years before?
Yeah, because Leia.
So this takes place 5 years.
Yeah, at the end of Rogue One, Leia was an adult. So yeah, actually, right from shit. I didn't even think about that. Damn, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I just think that kind of helps put as you try to wrap your head around when all this takes place. Now, these main planets, as far as Ferrix, Morlana 1, which they talk about in the free trade sector, we don't really know where this is. And I spent a ton of time today trying to figure it out. The best guess that I have, because they keep telling you it's on the outer rim. So if you're looking at the galaxy map, there is a primary trade route, hyperspace trade route that runs right up that direction. So that makes the most sense. You're not going to be along any of those main trade routes in the middle, because when you cross over to the outer rim, that's hut space. That's not going to happen.
Wait, I gotta cut you off. God fucking damn. again, you're like fucking Mr. Wizard of the Star Wars universe stuff. You just fucking pull shit out your ass. So this is like, yo, guess what? This is where the trade center is. Nobody's pulling this kind of shit.
My whole thing was like, I was like, I would love to like run down that thing in the rain, like have an emotional moment. That'd be sweet.
Right.
And then Ed's like, I wonder where this is. Like, I didn't even have a thought. I was like, it's a Star Wars planet. It's somewhere out fucking that way a long time ago.
Well,
far, far away.
We're also looking, because you're 5 years before the Battle of Yavin. So the Empire is 14 years old at this point. So they're pretty well established. They always talk about how they don't have a big presence in the outer rim. So this makes sense, because you're going to have this whole sector that's run by a corporation. The Empire is going to go, you're too far away for us to police it. You police yourself, and we're just going to check in on you, which is the reason why they don't have a whole lot of stormtroopers or anything. I mean, it makes sense. The Empire, they're not going to waste their resources.
Right.
So it is a little bit of the Wild West, but you're just, if you think of it in those terms,
it is.
You're going to have your local marshal.
You could kill a motherfucker, get on your speeder, and dip to another planet. and that's the fucking crazy part. Is like, if I take the wrong turn in Target, I'll lose my wife for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're in the same building, but like here, people just go to distant universes, and they're like, we'll find them. I'm like, how? How? He could be anywhere.
It is actually a thought of like, how do you open up, like how big is the Star Wars universe?
The only way that it makes sense is if planets are like the size of like states. Like that's it.
I think they're even smaller.
Really small, tiny little planets.
Right.
Because it doesn't make any sense when they're like, we're gonna take the planet back. I'm like, you, all 5 of you, like this doesn't make any. You can't even take the building. What the fuck are you talking about? And they take the planet.
I think I read in doing this research that there's like 400 billion systems in the Star Wars galaxy, which that also could explain why when they're like, well, Camino, it doesn't exist. I mean, it's huge.
Right.
So So that kind of covers the main planets. The other one that I think there was a lot of confusion, and part of the confusion was created by the show, is Cassian Andor's home planet of Kenari.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he's trying to get away and he's trying to book his passage off planet, and there's a little conversation to where the guy's like, and I pulled the quote right from it. He said that it was abandoned after an imperial mining disaster. That through mining, everyone died. It was abandoned and considered to be toxic, and there was an imperial prohibition put on the planet. Now, they kind of talk about that when they're like, oh, well, where did these kids come from, and where are their parents? And then when the ship crashes, why are the people turning yellow? I don't think that's had anything to do with it, because again, if we're looking at the timeline, so when he gets picked up by what the heck's her name? His mom. Drawing a blank. Maeva. Yes, thank you. So when he gets picked up, it's now 22 BBY, and he's 9 years old.
Sorry.
The Clone Wars haven't started yet. So it's right, or they just started. So nothing Imperial happened yet, because the Empire does not exist when he lives here. So the way that they talk about it, it was the Republic who was mining this planet, that they thought they got all the resources. Then there were a bunch of pirate things taking place, and there were these groups of orphans who were left. Now, they never explain it, whether it was the original miners, whether it was something to do with the pirates, but you just basically have these handful of orphan groups who live on this planet as the current indigenous group. So, and then I was kind of thinking about it, because when they were like, oh yeah, you know, it was a mining accident. Like, why does that sound familiar? And that's why I put the other note on here, because Jeddah City, when they blew it up, that was their excuse to the entire universe of the galaxy of going, well, what happened to Jeddah City? Oh, it was a mining accident.
Right.
Because they didn't want the whole galaxy to know that they just wiped it off the planet. So, and then of course I needed to know where Kenari was.
So you pull
Kenari. Yep, Kenari. I was able to at least find the sector that it was in, and they say it's the mid rim. It's actually just inside the inner, just on the edge of the mid rim and the inner rim. So, but I was able to locate that, because it tells you in there that it's part of the Perkel system.
Where did you get all this information from?
Who the fuck made all this?
Yes, fucking nerd.
It's awesome. It's cool shit.
But here's where I was saying, when he gets picked up on the planet, again, just to give you a frame of reference. So he's age 9. It's 22 BBY. 2 years before that is when Dooku gives his Raxus address declaring the Confederate group. And then the same year, now I'd be curious to see if is it before or after this moment of him getting picked up, but that's when the Battle of Geonosis takes place and the Clone Wars begins. Because there's some confusion. The ship that crashes, the emblems they're wearing are separatist emblems.
Yeah.
But Maeva makes a comment, and even B2 EMO says, oh, well, it's a Republic ship that's in orbit. And she's like, oh, well, they're going to kill him when they find out that he killed a Republic officer. But it's not a Republic officer. So I don't know if she just doesn't know what's going on, or if it was just in the writing. But if it's the Republic, then he killed Separatist. I would think if it's the Separatists showing up to pick up their own ship, I mean, it's battle droids. So yeah, they're going to kill everybody. But it just kind of ties into the whole timeline.
Thanks.
Just to get a frame of reference.
Good pull, man. That's dope.
If you didn't know, the blue noodles were first mentioned as glow blue noodles, and that was from the chef on the holiday special.
Noodles are gross.
Yes.
Star Wars has this fascination with blue food. I don't want any blue food. I'm cool without blue food.
You see that guy's face?
What about blueberries?
That's Sean. That guy in the background. That's the face Sean makes at the blue noodles. Sean, That's the face Sean makes it snow in April.
And before we get into the actual storyline itself, I thought this was kind of cool how,
yes,
you know, R2-D2, Star Wars comes out, and then you get the black hole, so you get Vincent, but then B2EMO is kind of an homage to Vincent from the black hole. So I kind of like that because I actually liked the black hole.
Underrated movie. I fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
So good.
Never seen it.
One of my favorite. I wish
there we go.
I wish
it's Disney's version of Star Wars.
Yeah, yep. I kind of wish they would remake it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it should be remade.
What's the name of this droid in Andor? B2EMO. B2. That's what he calls them. Yep. Maybe one of my favorite droids. Like so good. I love the stutter. I love his anxious thing. I love that he's like, I can lie, but like I need like more power to lie. Like
he has a lot of emotion.
He's
good.
Awesome. I love that he gets pissed on by the dog and he's super pissed off about it. He's like, oh
shucks.
I just love that character so much.
So yeah, I just pulled, I think I only have like 5 or 6 over the 3 episodes, just kind of like the main highlight moments to kind of discuss.
This was a great scene. Along. We got introduced to Andor in Rogue One with him, you know, shooting somebody in a back alley. And so it's not too shocking that here we are again to cement the fact that he will shoot a motherfucker. He's a fuck around and find out kind of guy. This is Cassian.
If you think about this, he shot him in the face.
In the face, point blank. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Well, he had to. You know, I mean, he had no choice.
Yeah, but man, that's cold.
It was cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
Yeah, and the guy was trying to like, we can lie. I can say that he fell. He's like, no loose ends.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna.
Even here, just the setting, you know, and that's what my biggest takeaway is for this whole show is like the backgrounds, the special effects, the care that was taken to craft the world that this show is filmed in. It shines so bright and it makes the show feel so real.
Yeah,
everything about the show feels like you're watching a real live, like a show filmed on location somewhere. It's so.
I agree. They did. There was no. You know, whatever the hell that thing is called again. We always get it wrong a little. What the hell is that damn thing
called?
The
sphere, the dome, the globe, whatever
the fuck that damn thing is called. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's actually a lived in world. And it feels like gritty and like I love that part.
This whole show was done that way, which is the reason why it has the price tag that it does.
That's why
it was an expensive show to make. Now they did it right that they gave us 12 episodes because you figure they're going to build all this set, put the money into it, give us more content versus 8, but it was expensive.
Yeah. Tough.
Yeah. But this is, the lived in world, the fact that the characters, the character development, the acting
was great.
Everything is so on point.
It feels like grown up Star Wars. Like as soon as Skarsgård walks on screen, you're like, God damn it! Everyone is just fucking acting their ass. Everyone's taking it so seriously. It's like it's just a clinic, and it's just
yeah, it literally is. It feels like it should follow that format going forward.
I mean, but this isn't, this isn't the kid show. You don't have your Grogu, you don't have your cutesy stuff.
You mean all the Star Wars shows should follow this format?
It feels like
difficult.
But you know what? But not even that, because I think to me, I felt like what was it we just watched?
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew
had a lived-in world.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't in the dome. Like again, like there were like areas that's like, okay, well, this is cool. Different planets, like it just had a lived-in feel to it. Like this as itself, it had a lived-in feel with it. And I think that is what you have to do going forward. You have to have lived-in worlds.
It's the production quality. You have to keep the production quality.
You have to keep that production. If you do not, you skip a beat, you're gonna have a problem. And that's something that they have to realize going forward with anything that has to do with Star Wars. It has to feel like it.
And it's their fault. They set the bar that high. We did. We were fine with bullshit like the holiday special for years, decades. And then they dropped this gold on us. And it's like, oh, what's your excuse? You could do this. Now, not everything's going to be the best. Not everything's going to be as good as this. And, everything's open for interpretation, of course.
I'm still a little like, I felt some way that people don't like Boba Fett, but I think Book of Boba Fett had like still a lived-in world to it. No, there were moments where it was like, oh, he should have kept his helmet on the whole time. But then again, I'm like, I'm okay. Mando took his helmet off too. So.
Not a lot though.
No, he did take it off a lot though, right? He kind of just.
Boba Fett did, not Mando.
Boba Fett existed as only that helmet for my whole life until my 20s, and then suddenly now this motherfucker can't put his helmet on anymore.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page that Book of Boba jumped the shark when they brought us the Vespa riders.
Yeah, I think it was over. But then they smacked that shark right back fucking in the water when you had Boba Fett riding around on a fucking Rancor with his helmet on. Awesome.
So
we need to go. We need to revisit that one too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we will. The interaction, and the more, and we already know where this story goes, so.
Yeah,
it's hard not to look into the future of the episodes, even when you're watching this. But Andor, even as the focal point, makes every other character that interacts with him that much better. There's just, I mean, even his friends, as he's like, their banter, their interaction, it's all believable.
Every single
nothing's
character,
forced.
Every single character had something to do in the show, and that's the great part. Different aspects, even like the smallest character to the biggest characters, they had an impact later on in the show, or it impacted something, in many ways. Like Biggs, like her arc. Then like the one guy who they seen like earlier in was like, "Yo, Andrew, you owe me money" or something like that. There was a plot to his shit too, like. Every character had a different plot. Like this character, it was his brother, or I can't remember what the guy who he was to him, but there was just that feeling. And Steve, by watching and Ed watching Game of Thrones, shit like this, every character has some type of little plot to it.
Oh, they all matter. And
that's fucking good storytelling, and that's something that really matters within storytelling.
And on this watch around, knowing where the storyline goes, I'm looking a lot at the background stuff, trying to look at more details, and I'm getting a kick out of watching how they're nailing the little details. Like this, his buddy they got right here he's like a wrecking guy. He's like part of a construction crew. They they take shit apart. They demolish stuff. And as somebody that has worked in the construction industry for a long time, like. There's a certain cadence to how people move and how they walk and how crews work, and they fucking nail it in this. And it's like, it just adds to that reality feeling. They're just doing a really good job. Yeah. And that's it. They're showing the workers. They're like irritated with shit. And it's just really good. And then this fucking guy, because everybody has worked at a company that has had that motherfucker that worked there too.
Yes.
I've never been friends with that motherfucker. I've often wanted to fucking destroy him. but everybody has known that piece of shit. And if you out there, if you're that piece of shit, go crawl in a hole, man. Nobody likes you.
Yeah. Can't stand a motherfucker like a try hard. Oh, a little left. A little was a try hard. Yes, sir. We'll do all this. What we need to do, man. Sit your ass down.
He's just such a suckler. He's such a weenie. He's like, he's like altered his suit. Like,
yeah. Well, his supervisor here spells it out. He explains to him exactly what their position is. Like, you do understand who we are and what we do, that we still have to go and talk to the Empire. The less they're involved in our life, the better it is for everyone.
Right.
Like, don't make a big deal, especially when he basically tells him, he's like, yeah, I knew this guy personally. He was a shithead. He should have died years ago.
He's been starting shit with people for years. I'm surprised it took this long for something to happen.
But
motherfucker like they like, well,
he's
good,
like, he's like, wait, I thought he had died already. like, holy shit, I didn't realize he was still alive. Yeah, and this fucking guy just wants to climb that corporate ladder, wants to make a name for himself.
I don't even think it's that he wants to climb. He just can't not be who he is. Like, it's almost personal for him.
But like, he's a company man. He's like standing there like he's been in the military his whole life. You know?
I tell you what,
his boss tells him, like, the company doesn't want you to do this.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
The set design on this shit,
Sean, the computer. Not only the computer, like when it shows like the back of when it shows like a shot of him looking at the computer, there's like shit thrown about on his desk, like it looks like somebody's fucking desk that they've been had for a minute, you know.
It looks dusty and old. It looks like I love the look of everything. The chair looks like it's gonna fall over. You sit in that bitch, you know you're gonna fall in it. You gotta balance yourself on the chair.
And
like it just looks good.
And I love that he calls out the other uniform because his uniform is just so schlubby. He's like, he does not care. It's a good juxtaposition of the old people in charge currently and people that may want to take charge. So.
Yeah, love it.
Oh yeah. This guy has the worst Star Wars name ever. Tim.
Yeah, thank God we get rid of Tim. I'm so tired. I couldn't figure out if he was a Hemsworth or not, or if he was I was like, what Australian family is he from?
I didn't like him. I didn't like him. Like his character was just like bleh.
He's a weenie.
Well, you're supposed to.
He's a tattletale.
Yeah.
Well, and it's all because of the girl. Like, right, but but again, I don't like him.
Not since a young Padme have I been so smitten with a Star Wars character.
So smitten.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
Jason Momoa is taking that down. You know that, right?
Gross.
I know. Yeah.
He's so gross. You know what I mean? He's greasy. Anyway.
Whip motherfucker.
Well, that's the thing is, if he didn't get shot, I think he was done with her, because when she found out that he was the one who dimed him, she was pissed.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't treat anybody like that, especially in this tight-knit group.
But he saw Cassian as a threat and was like, he saw a way to get rid of Cassian and solidify his place. And he's a fucking weenie. That's what he is.
Jealousy.
We get the whole introduction to Luthen, who we now know in the future is awesome.
Oh yeah.
But even as he comes in, and I'm still unsure, and now I don't know which way to go, because especially with Jod's character in Skeleton Crew, I'm still thinking that Luthen is a former Jedi. Like that he...
Why'd you say that, though?
There's a couple things. One, his walking stick, both the look of the hilt and how he handles it, looks very much like a lightsaber hilt. And
I noticed that too, Ed, this episode when he was walking with that. I'm like, I don't know why I didn't pick up on that last time, but I'm like, that kind of does look like, you know.
I mean, there's a few characters in this who have walking sticks, but that particular hilt looks very much like a lightsaber.
But he wasn't even using it to walk. He was just kind of holding it.
Oh, yeah.
And his coat is reminiscent of a Jedi robe, even showing it there with the shoulder bit coming
something is something's mysterious about that one.
And when we get to the later episode, because he has, there are, if my memory serves, there are 4 speeches throughout this 12 episodes, and we haven't gotten any of them yet, that are amazing. And it speaks volumes to the writing of this. One of them is the prison captain, main prisoner, who gives his speech.
Dark
yeah,
Jedi. Could be.
I can't even think of the actor's name. The one who does Smeagol.
Andy Serkis.
Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, Andy Serkis.
Serkis.
His speech
Serkis.
is fantastic. You have Skarsgård's character. He has 2 speeches that are really good, and then of course you have Mava's at the very end when she's being projected up through the droid.
We'll get there. I think we might have to listen to audio on that one.
Oh yeah, but one of his speeches when he talks about the stuff that he gave up in order to be like
this guy, Steve.
I can't wait to get to that. There's so much in there that when you break it down, it's like.
I mean, if you want to get it taken off,
we'll have to reenact it. One of us will have to be cast. If you said there's 4 speeches, then that means there's 4 of us that we have to deliver that monologue.
So
yeah, I wanted to bring up something real quick that was in episode 2 at the end.
Wait, what was that? What episode were we in? Oh, we were kind of
we're just kind of jumping through 3.
Oh, okay.
But I love the background of this. When Andor's walking and you see the ATA walker that's rebuilt into like a fucking crane in the back. I don't know if anybody even noticed that shit, but like it's a giant walker that's a fucking crane that they rebuilt into like helping them do shit around. Like, see,
I don't think they rebuilt it because there was no destruction. This is before any of the wars. I think that's just they used.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. I didn't think about it. I didn't think it's
so the Empire. Some asshole at the Empire looked at a crane and was like, you know what?
I'm gonna put some legs on it.
Yeah. We put a little tree house up there with some guns. Got ourselves a scary monster.
Yeah. But it's like little small shit like this in the background. You're like, oh man, that's an ATA walk. Like that's an ATA. Like that's really cool. Like that's tough. Like that's little small shit like that. Like I really enjoy it. There's other small little things in there that I don't know if you pulled, but like there was some small stuff here and there. But go ahead, I'll let you bring your stuff back up.
Well, I liked the move in this scene where he was like showed him the credits, the 40,000, and he pulled out those 4 chips, and the way he did it was so smooth. It was like he was like a blackjack dealer. So I was like, yeah, wow. Like I was like, ooh, slick. I love little touches like that. You can just tell that he's not nervous in this moment.
Right.
He's out here busting crazy moves with the credit chips. Cool stuff.
How'd you feel about the heavyset guy who was the
other guard?
The other guard.
Fucking awesome. That guy acts his ass off.
Yo, he fucking
holy shit. He's got like this weird Irish accent. He's like one of the Gleasons, like Dom Hall's son. But like, you know, like he or Brendan Gleeson. He's like Brendan Gleeson's son. Dom Hall is Brendan Gleeson's son. Anyways, he's great. There's that big battle scene that happens in episode 3, where they're like the clanging of the people are banging the wrench on shit, and then they get in that big fight. And at the end of it, when he's screaming at that weenie guy, like, "We need to leave!" I was like, "Woof!" You could just feel it. Like it felt real.
Great. That was great though. Like that worked very, very well. And you did get that feeling, like, you know what I mean? Like they were under distress, and it was really great scene. And he was all like, again, like you say, he weenied out and he was a punk. So great scene.
They fucked up by going that deep into this area with no backup, no exit, no nothing. They're completely surrounded. Like, well, they started shit with the old lady. They didn't realize they was starting shit with the old lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because again, this whole planet is the size of a city, so everyone on this planet is coming to this lady's defense.
Just blowing shit up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the costume design in this, again, perfect. Like I don't know, did this win anything for like any awards for like costume design or like set design or anything like that? That anybody know?
I don't remember.
I'll look it up. Okay,
I appreciate every second. Like somebody was like, we need to put a net with some weird Star Wars shit in here in this corner, and they did, and it makes the show better.
And even when Tim, it still kills me that his name's Tim.
It's with 2 M's though. We got to give him that because I had the subtitles up, so it is 2 M's.
When he gets shot coming down the stairs, even the reaction of the head guy for that East group turns around. He's like, you give me your gun and you get your ass back to the ship, because he even realizes this is not good. Like, we're already stirring a hornet's nest and you just shot a guy dead in the chest and killed him. Like, we don't need this right now.
And we're split up. There's like 2 here and 2 over there.
Yep. The fact that Andor's buddy recognized what was going on and hooks up the cable to the pod and has it get thrown into one of the cranes.
That was awesome. That you could feel the physics in that when the cable got stuck in the crane and that thing just started flying into the building. And I was like, oh man, so good. That's so good. Yeah, I'm gonna say that a lot for the next several weeks. So good. It's no secret. We love the fuck out of Andor. I rated this as the best. As Rogue One is probably my favorite Star Wars movie, and Andor is probably my favorite Star Wars show.
So that being the case, so Rogue One being as good as it is, and of course what we've seen in Andor, and we know what's coming, but does this make you want to in any way redo A New Hope?
No.
Like, if you,
as a movie?
Well, whether it's as a movie,
I mean,
or even if you kind of broke down to where when you get a longer format, because imagine giving it this kind of level of detail and character development.
You'd have to reboot the Star Wars universe if you did that. You'd have to say they're too deep in. They're too deep in. There's so many seasons.
I keep telling you, they're not going to touch that old shit. They're not. They have. It's signed, sealed, and delivered.
Now, would I like to see, just hypothetically, a visual representation of what you're saying, like A New Hope done this way? 100%. All those interactions. Could you imagine the script that would get delivered for that? Could you imagine the interactions between Luke and Alec Guinness with this kind of acting gravitas? Like, oof.
Well, you have to realize something that, and a little. I think you could probably vouch for this. I think Star Wars is cinematic history in many ways.
Of course,
I don't think you can touch that. Like, I really don't.
No.
There's no real way in hell you can really go back and read.
100% agree. Mine was just a hypothetical. Like, hypothetically, I'd like to see that, but we're never going to. I don't want to. But
look at the fan-made redo of the Obi-Wan Darth Vader fight.
And it's nice. Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Great. It's great. Fantastic. You
but how many times have people yelled at when Lucas himself messed with the original trilogy?
I agree.
That's the thing. Star Wars
that's
is
why
I don't.
That's why I don't think that you can take that original one and retool it. You have to redo it.
What's up, Fernando?
All the way. Fernando.
Well, and like Fernando brought up, Harry Potter is going to TV.
But Harry Potter it's not. It's weird. Like, it's because it's new media. I think it's easier to pull that off with Harry Potter than more of it is with Star Wars. I mean, it is. It's newer than Star Wars.
I mean, but so here's the real question then. Do you think Star Wars is immune to a reboot? Because I don't think it is. Like, I don't think we're there yet, but everything, the MCU is getting the reboot. Maybe not in the next 10 or 15 years, but eventually it's going to happen. The DC just got one. Fucking Star Wars is going to get one. It's going to get one.
DC's been a little sloppy, so like, let's be
Star
honest.
Trek got
DC
one. DC is good. Like, I'm telling you, maybe not until we're like 80, but it's gonna happen.
Steve, I'm telling you, Star Wars is such a hard. It really is a hard thing to reboot. To where, because to me, this is just how
it's gonna happen. Probably when we're dead.
When we're dead, probably
it'll happen.
Everybody has to be dead.
Yeah, everybody that was alive when Star Wars came out has to be dead, and then they'll be like, "Okay, it's safe." It's gonna be like spoilers.
Fuck everybody else, we can do this now. Yeah. But for us,
it'll be like Nosferatu that just came out, right? Like that was like 100 years ago that movie was made. So
yeah, that'll. I don't think Back to the Future can be made. That's another.
They've been trying for a decade to remake.
Now they would just be going back to the 80s, which would be fine, but every fucking movie involving time travel, they go to the 80s.
It's going back to the 80s. So. Yeah, we've already seen that in a couple of horror movies. Yeah, it's already happened.
How the fuck do you even reboot Star Wars, man? Like it's such a like you can reboot the fucking prequels and the sequels and shit like that, but man, if you touch that original, dog, it's so hard. Like I just don't think I think that's one thing you can't bring back. You can't. I don't know if you can really do Indiana. Can you do Indiana Jones again? Maybe, but not really.
I don't really know if you need to.
Even if we don't go to rebooting the actual movies, with what we've got in Andor season 1, and I have extremely high expectations of Andor season 2, which hopefully don't cause any issues within my own head.
100%.
But we've seen how good this can be. Now, again, we look at the timeline. This is 5 BBY all the way up until the Battle of Yavin, because it's going to take us right up until Rogue One. Mm-hmm. There's another 14 years from the time that the Empire starts to this. You could give me more shows like this with this kind of grit and real world pieces of it. Mm-hmm. This could be your Darth Vader. Like you can follow, and again, it doesn't need to follow him all the way through, but if 1 or 2 episodes, he's in it, or at least part of what we're doing, like you're following the rise of the Empire. That could be such a thing.
The Empire had to do some dirty shit when shit was first popping off. So,
didn't we just talk about this a few weeks ago, where everybody was complaining about staying within this timeline, continuing in this timeline?
There's so much gold still here to mine.
I agree,
especially when it comes to, like I said, if you go from the end of Revenge of the Sith up until this point, because I love the Stormtroopers, and to see them kind of progress. The dirt that they're doing.
I would like to see. There's things that I would love to see from different points of views, like training of stormtroopers. Like, how does that fucking work? Like those little small things, like the outcome of what happened. I guess we kind of got that, the outcome of the destruction of the Death Star, like inside the Death Star, like what was affected, because some people may have gotten out. Like I would like to kind of see what happens to some of those characters, or certain characters that have different angles. Like they've been telling these kind of stories throughout, but it'd be nice to kind of do a little dive into some of this stuff. It would be nice. It's not bad.
You could almost
really sell me on that fucking story, though. You got to sell the shit out of me on the story, because I didn't think Andor was going to be fucking. I didn't give 2 shits about Andor at the beginning. I was like, what? I was like, why are they making this bullshit?
Come
to find out,
there's not a bad idea. Like,
no, I wouldn't mind seeing a take of that.
Yeah, wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't love to see that. Again, it's there's a lot of stories to tell. You can tell within this universe, but like we're trying to get out of it, but we're not.
The biggest problem with redoing the original 3 Star Wars would be casting Han Solo.
I agree.
To nail that character in those 3 movies, that would be the big. Every other character, you could probably find someone, and it would be like, all right, I get it. But like Han Solo, that's gonna be tricky.
Yeah,
animation.
They tried in Solo. People fucking hated Solo. People hated Solo.
I liked it, but I wouldn't want to see him as the Han Solo for 3 movies.
The movie wasn't bad, but he was the worst part of it.
That guy hasn't acted since.
He was in Cocaine Bear.
Huh?
He was in Cocaine Bear.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
It's 2 hours of my life I won't get back.
What are you talking about?
That was fine. Cocaine Bear was fine.
Painful. What if you did the Rise of the Empire as an anthology? So you almost do it like Star Wars Visions, but live action. So you're going to take each individual episode is a different story on a different planet from a different perspective. of the rise of the Empire.
The problem with that is you get that one episode where you're like, I need like 100 hours of content from that motherfucker right there. Like that's where you get into some of those where you're like, I want more. Yeah.
Facts.
So
I don't know, but
I don't know either.
Just,
There's no.
I'm excited to watch the next three.
I feel so bad for Andor season 2
because the bar is high.
I'm gonna be so mean to season 2. like it's gonna have to be like, especially because we're rewatching this now. All the feelings are gonna come back, and season 2 has to hit it, man. It's got to.
Especially as it's leading directly into Rogue One.
I know that motherfucking shit gotta be so pristine, like
Sean, everything. Andor is gonna walk out of a room to go into that meeting. In the door, he's gonna shut the door, and the credits are gonna roll.
You think so?
Oh, guaranteed.
I was gonna say, what if it's literally that scene, like him meeting up with that guy in the alley just before he shoots him, like it's them walking down to meet up, and that's where it stops.
No. It'll be a climactic. It'll be something to where,
well, that'd be like an end credits. So you know what I mean? They'll have that climactic ending, but then here's the little stinger at the very end, and now boom, we're into Rogue One.
God, when that's done, I'm gonna watch all of it again, and then Rogue One right after. Either that, or I'm gonna have Rogue One queued up to play right after.
Right after. It would be nice if they just had that boom.
Yes, Disney Plus should just.
They will. They will. They do that for a lot of their stuff. If you watch like any of the Star Wars movies, like after it's over, it shows you like go to this.
But you know what I want? I kind of want like a way for them to be like set it up beforehand. Be like, when this is over, just go right into that. Like no credits, no, just
boom,
right. And then it happens, and it's just boom, right in.
No credits.
That'd be so good. Like no fucking opening intros. Just go right in, man. Like the Lord intended.
Andor season 2 ends 3 days before Rogue One. Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
Well, I don't want. It's like three. Like it's like the end credits are like the nicest 3 days in Cassian Andor's life. He's like going on a.
He's on a beach,
sipping tea,
hanging out, not realizing he's gonna die on a beach.
Yeah, really
catch with a stray dog, laughing in the sunset.
No. Him and fucking
having a martini, just fucking chilling.
Life is gonna be fucking great. I nothing but great things in the horizon.
I think the introduction to I think to me that key moment of when we see K2SO. Yeah, and him, bonding in their way of how that became to be. That's gonna be a really good moment.
Because their relationship is established in Rogue One. So
it really is, yeah. So
I can't wait to get introduced relatively quickly.
Well, listen,
his banter's hilarious too. Do you know what the statistics are of her actually shooting you? They're high. They're really high.
And Alan Tudyk is redoing he's redoing it.
Yeah.
I figured he would anyway.
Reprising his
He's
role.
a nerd. He would, of course he is. He loves that.
So final verdict, episode 1, 2, 3.
Hero.
Oh yeah, so good.
Perfect hero. Our rating system is, from 0 to 0. Nobody knows it. We would play it, but we don't have it.
I gotta do that. I think I figured out my sound thing. Anyway, so it's fine. We'll talk about that.
Hey, we'll go back to it. We'll talk about that next. Anyway, listen, we said it all. We did it all. We've done what we could do. We appreciate everybody listening. Listen, Ed, always fucking deep diving into shit. Like, listen, you are the guru of the Star Wars universe. I don't give a shit. I watched a bunch of podcasts, but ain't nobody like you, brother. I'll tell you this shit right now. So I respect you for that, and I appreciate you. And listen, like, subscribe. Listen, let us know what we're doing wrong. Let us know what we're doing right. Please give a comment again. And this is it. Catch us here next week at 9:00. Hopefully, if I can get home in time. Fuck. This is Sean.
This is Lil.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
and may the force be with you.
Always.
Okay.